As the name says it, we will start for the very basic. And the very basic are these three figures. Okay, the most basic form of geometry is a dot. A dot has no dimensions. We cannot measure a dot. A series of dots connected form a line. A line has no beginning and no end. That's what these arrows represent. They represent that the line goes on forever in one side and to the other. A line has one dimension. It has length. Next we have a plane. If we have many lines piled up together, we will get a plane. A plane is represented by 3 points drawn in a plane, and these are the symbols we use to identify them. The dot is a point, is just the letter we chose to identify it. A line is the symbol of a line with both arrows on both sides and two letters from 2 points that we decide to take out of it. And the plane is also 3 points scattered around the plane. Now, from the line, we can derive these two. First, we have the segment. This segment and the ray are very important because these are the ones that we are going to use to form all of the other geometric figures that we will be studying further on. Segment is a part of a line that has a beginning and an end. That's why it doesn't have any arrows. It starts in point G and ends in point H. Now, the ray is a part of a line that starts in one point. It has a beginning, but it has no end. It goes on forever. Okay? That's why it has a point in the beginning, but an arrow. And they are represented this way. We choose the letters that we are going to mark, and we make this part of a line above it. This is the symbol for segment. And for ray, we start the line and end it with an arrow, meaning that it has a beginning, but it has no end. Let's solve skill check number 1. First, they are asking us to draw what these symbols represent. This symbol with no arrows represents a segment. It has a beginning, it has an end. The beginning is point A and the end is point B. Number 2, we have 2 arrows. This represents a line. A line has no beginning and no end, but it goes through point M and point N. And number 3, we have a ray. A ray has a beginning but has no end. The beginning is point X because it's on the side where it has no arrow, and it passes through point Y, but it continues on forever. The second part of the skill check is asking us to represent some of the parts that come in this figure. First, it is asking us to name a line that passes through point A. Let's write here number 4. what lines go through point A? It can be either CA or BA. And since they are lines, we are going to represent them with both arrows. And we are going to write CA. You can also write AC, it doesn't matter. Or BA or AB, it doesn't matter the order because we are making a line. Both letters go in either side, it doesn't matter. Number 5, they are asking for a segment with endpoint in B. Segment has beginning and an end. So the segment could be AB or CB. And we are going to represent it with no arrows because it has a beginning in A and ending in B, or beginning in C and ending in B. Okay, it doesn't go on, it stops in there. And number 6, we have 2 rays that have an endpoint in C. It can be either AC or BC. So we are going to write CB or CA. And we will place only one arrow because a ray has a beginning but it has no end, or has an end but no beginning. Okay? It starts at a point and doesn't end, or it ends at a point but it doesn't have a beginning. Now remember that we established that rays and segments are very important because most of the figures that we are going to study are formed either by rays or by segments. We will begin study angles. Angles are formed by rays. They are formed by 2 rays that have a common endpoint. They start, this one starts in X and it has no end, and the other one also starts in X and it has no end. So these are 2 rays that have a common endpoint in X. The 2 rays are called sides, and the common endpoint is called the vertex. Vertex X, vertex Y, vertex Z, and vertex W. Now, angles can be classified by its measurement. They can be classified in 4 different types. We have angles that measure less than 90 degrees, and they are called acute. They are smaller than 90 degrees. Then we have a right angle, and the measurement equals 90 degrees. Next is the obtuse angle, and this is measured greater than 90 degrees. And the last one is a straight angle. And it measures 180. You should notice that a right angle is represented not with a curved line, but with two straight lines that form, with the two rays, they form a square. Now in skill check number 2, you have to find the measurements of some angles and all you have to do is classify them into acute, right, obtuse, or straight. That's it for the class. If you have any questions, please log into the Facebook Q&A. I hope you have a good day, and bye-bye.